What's up, guys? Welcome to the solo edition of the Sports Express Show with myself, Ayanda Nyuswa, in my not so fancy bedroom here in Morningside, Durban. I'm riding solo today because my co-host Usanele is literally nowhere to be found. I have no idea where the guy is. I've been trying to call him. He's not returning my calls or responding to my texts. I have no idea what the story is with him, but I guess it also makes sense because it's just the day after Valentine's Day. So the man is probably having a nice time, cooched up somewhere with the honey. But please do help me find him because he is my friend. I care about him very much. Here's the description. He's a black man in his early 30s with a potent beard and is a Manchester United fan. Anyway, if you're joining us for the first time on the Sports Express Show on the channel, do subscribe to the channel. Press the notification bell to get all our videos when we upload them on a weekly basis. And also hit the like button and drop your comments below. Let us know what you think about our sports content that we chat about on a weekly basis. Alright, getting into the matter of the day for this video, you guys might be asking me the question, why on earth is this guy wearing his Liverpool shirt today? Like, of all the days, why would you wear your Liverpool shirt? Like, don't you have any shame? You know, I've got a couple of reasons for that. Number one, I'm not a plastic fan. Number two, I'm not a reactionary fan. And number three, and most importantly, I really love my football club. The Liver Bird is etched on my chest in good and in bad times, which is what's happening right now. We're in a really bad space as a football club. You know, it's crisis mode, to be honest. And another defeat on the weekend to Leicester City by 3-1, which is now the third defeat on the spin for Liverpool. Remember, we lost out to Brighton at Anfield, then Manchester City, and now to Leicester City this past weekend. Actually, this result annoyed me more than the Man City results because I think we controlled the game for most parts. It was a very good first half by the boys. You know, we played really well. We were very aggressive on the front foot. Leicester didn't really come out in the first half, you know. And then in the second half, also started the game well, got an early goal in the second half. And then 6 minutes of absolute madness by Liverpool, conceding 3 goals in 6 minutes. It really is not on. It's a capitulation. Firstly, Thiago giving away a very silly free kick, which is really something that he's been doing now since he came to the football club. I think he's really finding it hard to adjust to the playing style of Liverpool Football Club compared to where he was at Bayern Munich. And also the intensity of the league probably might be getting into him at the moment, you know. But I wouldn't really pin it all on him because I think it is a collective effort and the boys are not really in a good place right now. So he gave away the free kick, and then Alisson, my guy, come on. This is the third mistake in literally 2 games in the Premier League, and we all know Alisson is a top-class goalkeeper. I think there's no one who's going to dispute that. But I guess it also speaks to where the confidence is right now in the club. The boys are really down. You know, it's just not happening for them. The confidence is really low. If one thing goes wrong for Liverpool, it just seems like there's a spiral. There's a downward spiral that happens after that. So it just goes down for them and there's no recovery. They just give the game away, you know. And it's really uncharacteristic of Liverpool because we are known as mentality monsters. You know, the biggest strength of Liverpool is the mentality of Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. That's not something that we've really seen of late. And there might be a couple of reasons for that. People might use different things to account for why we're playing the way we're playing right now. I think most of them are well documented. We do have an injury crisis. We've got about 10 players out injured at this point in time, which includes our 3 senior centre backs, Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Joel Matip. You know, it's all well documented, and some people might say it's an excuse, but it is facts. We do have an injury crisis. You know, we also haven't had our fair share of VAR calls. You know, that's also something that's been happening throughout the league, to be fair. A lot of teams also have been affected by VAR. But I think the most important thing for me is the mentality and the confidence of the team right now, because we have been through adversity in previous times in a lot of games before, but we've always found a way to get back to it. So that goes back to the mentality, you know, and right now it's literally nowhere to be found. The confidence is gone. Even Jurgen Klopp, you know, his confidence is also down. He's facing some personal issues as well after losing his mom. And that's really understandable on his side. But I guess the boys are not really playing for him at this point. They really need to pick up the results because our next 2 fixtures are not going to get any easier. We got Leipzig in the Champions League on Wednesday, and on the weekend we got the Merseyside derby against Everton. So there's either 2 reactions that we can have in the next 2 games. We're either going to continue to capitulate, or we're going to pick it up and get back to where we were and put a respectable finish at the end of the season, as far as the table is concerned. So we need to pick up the results and go forward. All right, other big results from this past weekend: Manchester City absolutely decimated Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not sure if I even should talk about this, because City against Tottenham is not really a contest at this point in time. Spurs are very, very bad at the moment. City are flying. You know, that's like 16 wins on the spin now for Pep Guardiola, which is a record for him. It's never happened since he took over at Man City, and they're literally walking the league at this point. And it didn't help that United also drew with West Brom on the weekend, and they thought they would challenge Man City, and it's clearly not going to happen. So City are basically walking the league right now. It's a question now of who's going to finish second, because we still have Leicester City up there. We still have Liverpool. There's Chelsea, you know, what's coming up. Arsenal. Should we really count Arsenal for a top 4 finish? I'm not sure. It is COVID football. Anything can happen. But Man City are basically running away with the league. I don't think anyone is going to stop them at this point. Even Jurgen Klopp, after the game against Leicester, conceded that the title race is pretty much done.
These games.
So are you conceding the title then, Jurgen?
Yes. I can't believe the budget.
So where does this leave everything else right now? I think as far as Liverpool is concerned, we just need to regroup, try and have a decent Champions League run, and also make sure we finish in the top 4, because European football is the blueprint of success. We need to be competing in Europe, and that will be basically it for Liverpool. And then we'll build up for the next season, try to strengthen in the summer, and then look forward to the next season. As far as this season is concerned, it's pretty much done and dusted. As Mr. Jurgen Klopp has said, it is a season for Manchester City. They will be winning their 3rd league title in 3 years. So a very, very dominant performance by City. They are the dominant force in English football. You know, Liverpool did try to challenge them. We won the league last season, but City are a very, very strong side that are supported by a good ownership in terms of their financial muscle. So it's a really good side, and it's very hard to compete against Man City. And yeah, it's basically their title to lose, basically. And also, before I wrap it up, I need to make mention of cricket as well, because the Proteas did wrap up their series against Pakistan this past weekend. The T20 series, we basically got battered in the Test and the T20. We lost both series. Unfortunately, the Proteas doing what they've been doing best lately in disappointing us. You know, Mohammad Rizwan, they got the player of the series. He's been really good. You know, he got that century in that first T20, really knocked the balls out of the park. A big shout out to Tabreh Shamsi and David Miller in the last T20. I think they put on a respectable score for us and made things a little bit more respectable for the Proteas, you know, as we are looking forward to the tour of Pakistan, because they're going to be coming to South Africa in April to visit us and play against us. So I guess now it's just building blocks and also preparing for the T20 World Cup that's coming up a bit later on this year. And as I've always been saying in previous videos and in previous times, when it comes to the Proteas, we need to lower our expectations a bit. We need to try and build towards the World Cup and have realistic expectations of the side, because the boys are not really in a good place right now. You know, we have talented players, you know, who know how to put in a good shift, but right now it's just not a concerted team effort going forward by the Proteas. So it's really disappointing. Lower your expectations, but also just look forward to, you know, the building blocks, and we're going to see how the boys are going to be playing later on this year, building up to the T20 World Cup. Alright, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Do comment, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Press the notification bell to get our videos on a weekly basis. Hopefully Sanel is going to be back next week. I'm going to try and find him with the help of you guys. As I said when I started the video, we need to find Sanel Milan and get him back on the show so we can continue together, and we'll catch you next time.